10 o'clock.
Welcome, everybody. It's Sunday Morning Live with Amazing Fantasy Football and your host, Chris. And over there, we've got
That's me, Josh.
Yeah, I got nothing. I really don't think these things through before I start. The rest of it I do, but not the intro. That's his territory.
Yeah, well, it's a more casual, just kick back and chill sort of stream, It's not like
that's a good
business
point.
as usual. Josh is beating the drums of war. We're going to get this done sort of thing. We're just chilling,
Do it. Let's do it. Speaking of chilling, I should pull up some chatters. Oh, that's what I forgot. God, I hate myself. Folks, it's okay.
Watch your language.
I said hate. I didn't say bad word.
It's a bit strong. That's why I like to say that in ironic situations. One of the guys I work with, he's like, "Oh shoot!" And I'm like, "Wayne, watch your language." He's like, "Sorry." These are some really terrible football games that we have on today, man.
Yeah, they're not so great.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jameis. Hopefully, he's gonna play. But Chris, why don't you?
I've got some news. I'm sorry. I just really wanted to have this chat thing up.
I don't care. Just
I know it's fine.
Hit us with some news. Give me the news. God damn it! I need to know if Jameis Winston's playing.
I think the word is yes. So let me start here with that game.
That game.
Yes, it starts in the middle of the notes because I'm weird like that. Jameis Winston back is expected to suit up versus the Bucks. Let's stay with the Bucks versus Saints. Saints running back Alvin Kamara listed as questionable for Sunday due to a rib injury, is not expected to play versus the Buccaneers per source. Related news in the same games. Yeah, Saints running back Mark Ingram also listed as questionable for Sunday due to an ankle injury, is expected to play versus the Buccaneers. Running back Leonard Fournette listed as questionable for Sunday due to hamstring injury, is expected to play. The Bucks have officially ruled out wide receiver Chris Godwin. Bucks wide receiver Julio Jones, who landed on his knee last week, is a true game time decision, sources say.
I've been hearing that he's gonna play, but I mean, remember, like, Julio's 32 now. He always plays through the injuries, but he's never like. You know how some people can play through injuries and they're like, "Hey, I'm fine, but it hurts." Julio's kind of like, I'm like 80% Julio, and 80% of 32-year-old Julio makes me nervous.
Sure. We got Evo back. It's been a while, Evo. Nice to see you, man. I hope your week 1 went well also. So that's that entirety of the important hurt pieces from that Bucks and Saints game. Let me go by position now a little bit for you folks. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert has a fracture to his rib cartilage. Brandon Staley says he's day-to-day. Patriots quarterback Mac Jones was removed from the injury report for Sunday's game at Pittsburgh and is expected to start versus
he's going to
Steelers.
Get killed.
Ravens continue to exercise caution with running back J.K. Dobbins and do not plan to play him today versus the Dolphins, per league sources. Again, stay by position here. Running back Najee Harris is off the injury report and will play Sunday against Patriots. So that's a foot injury. Got a little something to say about some of that stuff later. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker with a hernia is off the injury report and will make his debut versus the Niners. On to the wide receiver position. T. Higgins, concussion, will play week 2 versus Dallas. Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard listed as questionable for Sunday night due to a Sunday night. Anyway, due to a sprained ankle, is expected to play versus the Bears, per source. Bills are listing wide receiver Gabe Davis as questionable for Sunday night versus the Titans due to an ankle injury. Davis was added to the injury report today. So that must be a day or two old. The Colts downgraded Michael Pittman to out. That's a quad injury to out for Sunday versus Jags. Michael Pittman is out. Sean McVay said wide receiver Van Jefferson knee is making great progress, in quotes, but he won't play against the Falcons. 49ers tight end George Kittle, questionable for Sunday due to a groin injury, is not expected to play versus the Seahawks, per source.
Okay. I saw last night was game time decision, so that's he's been downgraded.
That is, I'll look at it just for some clarity in a second, but it seems like it's only an hour old because it was only about 30 minutes
No, no,
old
no,
when
that's
I
fine.
looked at it.
That's fine. No, keep going.
Was that it? Did I end with tight end position? I'm sorry, I lost track.
Kickers?
Yep, that was it. That was it. That was all I got.
Kickers, perhaps? No? No kickers?
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
Do you have any kickers? Kickers on the...
No, I did not report on any injured kickers. My apologies.
Way to half-ass it.
Sorry, not sorry, as they say in the business. The business? What? Don't give me the business. I don't know what's going on here.
Give you the business.
Exactly.
So, Chris, I got a trade proposal this morning. It was Kenneth Walker. I have Kenneth Walker for Tyler Boyd. Now, I'm not a fan of that trade at all. Just to be right out in front.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think
with Tiggins playing today, it's kind of like I think the guy was trying to bank on
he proposed it this morning
very
too.
Startable week for Boyd, but now it becomes questionable. I mean, Dallas is no slouch of a defense, but yeah, I like Tiggins and Chase. You know.
So here's my counter proposal. Not Boyd, but what about Keenan Allen, and I'll add in Allen Robinson. So Kenneth Walker and Allen Robinson.
I would stay as far away from as I can from Allen Robinson, but maybe that's just me. If he's dumb enough to take it,
you hate Allen Robinson so much.
No,
I'm not really sure why.
In fact, I wanted to mention as a name to pick up and keep an eye on. If you have a roster spot to burn. Preemptively, I looked at it hard in a couple of leagues of mine. Couldn't pull the trigger on who I would have to drop. Van Jefferson. I think he's the wide receiver 2 for the Rams. Okay. I did share a little bit of concern about Stafford's shoulder, but hey, nothing's come across the.
Oh, it sounds like you want to make a bet, Chris. Allen Robinson versus Van Jefferson rest of season.
What are we betting?
Fantasy points. Allen Robinson.
No, what do we? Yeah, I got you. Right. Per game or
the normal points per game.
Yeah, because I guess Jefferson was out week 1, and or should I say is out both week 1 and week 2. What are we betting for? Like what's on the line? I don't know. Drink a ice cream
Snickers
cone?
Ice cream bar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got it, buddy.
All right, cool.
And
I will
we
put
pay
that on
up
the board.
all those on the backlog that we haven't paid up on.
Would you like to double down on the Mike Walker or Mike Davis, Kenyon Drake bet from last week? Because even though I won, I think everyone lost because they combined for like 5 fantasy points. I was like,
more points.
Oh, that's rough.
It was bad.
Oh, that's so bad.
That's another. Hey, just thanks for teeing it up there for me. Another name I want to mention to keep an eye on. Out on your waiver wire. This might be more of a next week thing, especially when you talk about the likes of Van Jefferson, and there might be some other names you want to throw out there that are, kind of a premature ad. Gus Edwards is his last name, right? Yeah, Gus Edwards, the running back for Ravens. I think he's going to get some. I think even with the Dobbins in there, I think he's going to get.
Yeah, probably 30-40% of the workload.
I don't know. I think he's been an efficient back in his time, and maybe that 30-40% looks like more because they run a little more or whatever, what have you. But anyway, he's free, so take a look out there for him.
I mean, he's out for this week, next week, and the week after, so at least.
Yep, correct. I think it's a matter of he probably could have been back week 4, but hey, I'm not a doctor, folks. Don't burn a usable roster spot that you got a guy there that you like better. All I'm saying is he's.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that if you have a roster spot right now, you pick him up, you slide him into your IR spot. Hopefully you have them. And then you still have your free roster spot again.
Yeah, you just have to count on, what you can pick up free and clear or wait another week on waivers for. You have to be able to release that guy and be okay with it, Yeah. I like the strategy. I do. I like the strategy.
So I know you hate Allen Robinson. I'm really not sure why, but I think this is the week. He ran the second most routes out of all the Rams receivers last week. Obviously, Cooper Kupp was number 1. He was open multiple times throughout the game. He had
What I heard. That's what I've heard.
his target share was low, but that doesn't mean that like he can't. Like this week is going to be. I think this week is the. As long as all those numbers stay up and he gets a few more targets, cool. I would like to see him getting more of the, 8 targets a game than 3, but we'll see. I mean,
Okay, how
targets.
about this week, CD or Allen Robinson? Thought I might get you with that one. I've got like 3 asking for friends about CD because I've got him in so many leagues. I mean, my friends have him in so many leagues.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Allen Robinson. Barely, and it's mainly because of the matchup. Cincinnati's defense isn't bad, but Cooper Rush isn't good, so it's really really close. I mean, flip a coin, like.
Yeah, no, that's why
I would
threw it up.
I would
like that.
I would do Allen Robinson, and I would probably hedge my bets in one league and start CD and just be like, "Ha ha! It worked out."
There you go. All right, no, so a little bit of fence routing, folks, but no, I see you're leaning Robinson in this.
I'm still a believer, man. So I don't think he gave. I think
That's what
he
it
gave
comes
up
down
last
to.
year.
I think somebody could
he
say the
pulled
same thing about CD.
I think he pulled a Randy Moss in Chicago last year, and he was just like, "I'm done with this stupid team," and rightfully so. Look at the Bears. Look at how bad the Bears played last week. They were
right.
awful.
Regardless of how I feel about CD, obviously I'm more concerned about Robinson, given my Van Jefferson.
I think Van Jefferson
keep
can
your heads
be.
Up. Keep your heads up.
And I'm not saying I'm not to kind of give some more clarity on my view on Van Jefferson, is that I think that your take is that there's a potential rising star there, and to try and pick him up, I'm
and I
down
think
with
they're
that.
being careful with him. I mean, we could say this about every team, every player position, is that they're being careful with him. I think they intend to have a role for him. I absolutely do.
Right. Well, and I think they're, after, they looked. I think they viewed this. What are they? I think they viewed this week as more of a cream cake matchup than last week. Last week, I don't think he was actually available. This week, they're like, well, he could probably play if we really needed him, but why? The season's long. It's early. Go. We'll probably get a win this week, There and then, it's who's to say? Like, maybe Van Jefferson does take over that wide receiver 2 role and makes just the waters really murky for Allen Robinson and Van Jefferson, because what if Allen Robinson is still pretty good? Hey, what if they were
meet and grow? Yeah.
Oh man, here's the thing. What if Allen Robinson's pretty good? They trade him. The Rams trade him because they need draft picks. Apparently, at some point, they're going to need draft picks, and then sign Odell Beckham once he's healthy.
I'm sorry, trade who? Robinson or Jefferson?
Yeah, Robinson.
He's washed.
And then sign Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham, he was even said, "I'll take league minimum and come back to the Rams." Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like, dude, if I was the Rams, I'd be like, put your money where your mouth is. Here's league minimum. I mean, if you remember that Super Bowl, man, like Odell Beckham was out playing Cooper Kupp for the first half of the game until he got injured.
I think that's matchup and, matchups and what the defense is dictating. Maybe they were trying to take.
Obviously, but
you got to have a 2 that can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Or, I suppose a tight end could be slotted in at that secondary role. Also, speaking of which, no, I don't have a transition for that. Oh, I kind of do. I was going to mention about the tight end, who they still have, Higbee. Higbee's a solid play this week, looking at your tight end streamers and your lower end guys. He might honestly, he might be higher pitched percentage owned now. What's that?
There's a Tyler I like more than Tyler Higbee, and that's Tyler Conklin.
Yeah.
Double-digit targets last week, and the other tight end on the team, CJ Uzama, is not supposed to play this week. So, Tyler Conklin.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow up on my face. I know it. Like, I have so much love for this guy.
I feel a little better about
I know it's coming. I just I'm saying it with confidence. I just in the back of my mind.
I think Higbee's also what am I trying to say? He's
Upload
owned in a
candidate.
lot of leagues. He's more of like a tight end 11, tight end 12, 13 kind of guy. Conklin's a little bit ranked consensus wise a little lower, but no, I think it's a good get. But I do feel better about Higbee, plus the guys I guess I mentioned.
Would you like to make a
show.
Tyler versus Tyler bet? We're making all these sorts of bets this week.
But Higbee
I love
versus
it.
Conklin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, I'll take all that. I'll take all
Oh,
that.
all right. All right. I like this. I like having a little skin in the game.
A couple other, I don't know, like I said, names I want to throw out there.
I got an asking for a friend for you.
Okay, I've got a couple too, but let me finish up a couple of things to mention here.
Fine, whatever.
Things to keep an eye on, like, whether they're still on your bench and you want to see how they do this week, or whether it's a situation, etc. Alan Lazard, it's kind of a big thing for me in Dynasty. It's nice to see him back. I don't know what to expect, but I've also got too much Dallas, and so I'm actually also starting CD, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, take a look and see what Alan Lazard does this week in relation to Dubs and Watson. Watson, not Watkins. Well, and Watkins, I suppose.
and Robert Tunyon too.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I should have just listed Lazard with, or should I say, Green Bay passing situation with Lazard returning. Similarly, the Dallas offense, sans Dak, I think we're all keeping an eye on that. What do you have there, Josh?
Oh, I'm looking at your Dynasty team here.
Yeah. I do have a couple of CD asking for friends, but you can relate those to redraft.
So, are you trying to start Lazard then?
Yeah, I am starting Lazard. He's one of my.
Who are you starting then? Are you starting CD as well?
Yeah, I don't really. It's so here's one of my asking.
Who are your receivers that you're starting in this?
How about CD or Mark Ingram? Given the Kamara news,
they're playing the Bucks, right?
Yep.
CD.
Yep. That's why he's
easily.
In there. That's why he's in there. that's pretty much the one league where it's like I couldn't sit CD. I think in the redraft.
So who are the wide receivers that you're starting in this league?
Lazard, Thielen, and CD. Yep.
Oh, and not. Oh, you said Thielen. Okay.
Yeah, I like Thielen this week.
But you also have Dubs too. So if Lazard does not actually play, you can pivot to Dubs.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play.
I think it's the night game, so I'm very worried, and I'm not.
Oh, I see. I'm glad you brought that up.
I am sitting Alan Lazard everywhere I can, unless I have a genuine backup plan. Which I usually
and to be clear, folks, that's a
those
dynasty
days.
situation, deeper rosters. It is what it is. I've got.
Okay, go through your asking for a friends while I dig through all of mine because I didn't write them down.
Well, the last couple of things I'm keeping an eye on, we kind of touched on already. Saints backfield. Let's move on. Najee's health. I want to mention Jaylen Warren again. I mentioned him. This will be the second week in a row. He's cleared. He has no injury designation whatsoever. All I'm saying is when you get a scare like that, I think it shows folks out there that, I'm not going to sit here and ring the handcuff, let's get on a soapbox and talk about handcuffs, but Jaylen Warren's a guy not a lot of folks are talking about in your redraft leagues. Yeah. So keep an eye out for him. He should be rostered in all dynasty leagues already. Onward with, as you said, asking for a friend. I already touched on it. It's CD or Mark Ingram. You got that one. CD or Deontay?
Deontay Johnson?
Yep.
Oh, Deontay. Hands down. Not even close.
How about in a situation where you've already started Gerald Everett in your tight end slot, so off to a good start, but you can flex another tight end, and you happen to have two decent ones. Decent. That's all. CD or Zach Ertz? Arizona plays Raiders.
The Raiders. I'm still going CD, but it's pretty
That's
close.
what I went to.
Starting two tight ends makes me want to vomit.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I'm going with CD.
And you're right here with all my way too much CD out there.
God, I like that. Just that idea.
League? I think it's every league. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Every league you have them in.
It might be. Why am I asking the Ertz and the Deontay question? It has to be every league then, because those are both my teams. That's two different situations.
I have Deontay in one.
Last one. This one's, I think, a little more salient for folks out there that are maybe CD managers that kind of don't start him or they have an injury. How about a Lazard or Paris Campbell? May I remind folks, Michael Pittman is out.
It's against the Jags, who
Michael Pittman and
very
the
good.
rookie they brought in, Pierce, P-E-A.
Yeah, Alec Pierce is also out.
Thank you.
But
I'm better
Paris
off
Campbell, and I'm actually excited to see kind of Paris Campbell, and I really want to go watch this game, man. I just need to not go spend money. Who's the other guy there that I was kind of excited to see? Oh, Mike Strahan. I want to see both of those guys. I'll definitely be rewatching that game tomorrow.
Okay.
But I kind of, what was it? It was Paris Campbell or Al Lazard, and you have nothing else to pivot to if Lazard doesn't play.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. What was it? Lazard or Paris Campbell? No, that was an out of the mid-air one. That's not actually an asking for a friend. That's one I thought was more salient or.
I'm going
spot
Paris
starts.
Campbell because I'm worried. Call me
everybody. You don't need a reason to be worried about Paris. Campbell.
Here we got a question.
Yeah.
With Kamara out, am I better off starting Kenyon Drake, Jeff Wilson, or Rashad Penny PPR? I believe I would go.
Niners play the Seahawks, don't they? Am I crazy?
I'm going Jeff Wilson. Because Rashad Penny is interesting, but the 49ers did well to stop David Montgomery and the Chicago Bears backfield last week. So
he's a little hot right now, but yeah, I'd probably go Wilson also. Wilson
and Rashad Penny also has Ken Walker to compete with for carries too, supposedly. I mean, Ken Walker's gonna suit up and he's gonna be available to play. So whether they actually play him or not,
that's it. Yep. That seals it for me. Yep, Wilson.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's a really good point.
I think one thing about Ken Walker that kind of scares me is I remember you telling me like when we were going through like our post draft pre-dynasty drafts, back in like April, was it?
Probably.
I remember you telling me that like Kenneth Walker had like a career like 36 receptions in college.
Nothing to sneeze at kind of thing. That's downright respectable.
Over 3 years? That's not good.
Oh, I see your reference. Yeah, it's not his forte by any means. No.
So that's why I'm like, like it's
Seattle
one of those
hasn't really thrown it well. I mean, Russell Wilson's gone, so say what you will, but Seattle doesn't generally throw to their backs a lot, I've noticed. McKissick did play there for a whole minute.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he started there.
No.
Yep.
Really?
I don't know if he was drafted there specifically, but yeah, he played there.
Yeah, speaking of J.D. McKissick, it was weird last week that I know he got kind of injured, but it was weird they didn't play him more.
For real. For reals.
That would be the Commanders. What a dumb name. Should have stuck with football team.
Hey, hold on 1 second. Back.
What happened?
I wanted to try to make the chat thing work, especially since we're getting questions. Watch, it won't work. It worked. Hey, all right. Okay, bye, buddy. It's gone. It worked. That's it for questions from the crowd. You knocked all mine out, basically. Did you have one more there, Josh? Asking for a friend?
The only reason I picked up Drake was out of free agency today. Man, I don't know. Kenyon Drake was... Who are the Ravens playing again this week?
1 second. I have it right here.
I know it, and I can't remember who it is.
Dolphins. Dolphins at Ravens.
Yeah, the Dolphins kind of held Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson in check last week as well. So, I don't know. The Ravens' offensive line is also a little sketchy right now too. So, I'm sticking with Jeff Wilson. Again, going up against Seattle.
Chat, I think, where is he actually going to question? Here. Thank you, he says. Jacob Avery, I will start Wilson per our advice. Dobbins, we've already touched on that earlier in the show. He's doubtful, and was the only reason I picked up Drake. Drake is just, he didn't look good, like Josh said. It was not pretty last week. I mentioned Gus Edwards earlier in the show. I'm as a very speculative. If he got a roster spot to burn, he's probably another 2. Well, he's literally at least 2 weeks away. I just hope he hits the ground running, figuratively and literally.
I mean, if he's hitting the ground, then he's probably not going to be running, but he's just going to be hitting the ground. But anyways, all right, Chris, I got some asking for our friends here.
Fire away.
This is for my work league. Speaking of my work league, apparently, I think I told you this already. You know what? I'm not going to say this just in case anyone at work is listening. They're not, but just in case they are.
You mean as far as league goes, or as far as work Mac talking goes, or all of it? I don't know. Anyway,
it's something that shouldn't be shared outside of outside of a circle. So gotcha. I'm not going to put it out there in the open, just in case someone from work is lurking.
Speaking of lurking, may I remind folks that you can submit questions to us on Twitter. I'm at FFB Chris, and I'm at Josh AFFB.
Okay, so quarterback. I had Dak. I drafted Dak. I didn't draft it back up because that's not a thing that I do, but maybe should have in this league. Here's the quarterbacks available. I picked up Tua, who I'm starting, but should I go Tua, Marcus Mariota, Mitch Trubisky, or Geno Smith? I can't pick up Geno Smith because I was originally picked him up and then I dropped him for Tua. Tua's up against the Ravens this week, and Marcus Mariota is playing the Rams, and Mitch Trubisky is playing the Patriots. And that's kind of the best of that there is. It's scraping the bottom of the quarterback barrel here.
Is the one to go with.
Yeah, all the Ravens cornerbacks are either out or hurt. They're either out or they're playing hurt. So
and they're not very good.
And I'm like,
pretty good, but
I heard that yesterday, and I was like, oh really? And I'm like, is Tua available in this league? Because I desperately need a quarterback, and he was. Yeah.
The Ravens, not the Raiders. Sorry. Tua versus Ravens because of all the injuries, as opposed to Mariota. I don't like Trubisky, and I don't like Geno. Mariota gives me a little bit of hope with the running.
Yeah, he actually ran for like 50 yards last week. I was like, oh, don't quote me on that, but it was something in that neighborhood.
At the Rams, though. Yeah, nope, thanks. So Tua. Yeah, Tua or Mitch. In that order. Tua first, Mitch next.
Mitch in a distant second.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, what were this? The Steelers should have had a better plan for Roethlisberger's retirement. Same with like the Bucks. Like I know they're hoping that Kyle Trask can become a thing, but he was like a 4th or a 5th round pick or something. Like I don't know.
Not much of an investment. No.
I think that was a let's try and catch lightning in a bottle sort of thing, the way the Patriots did with Tom Brady. And here's another one. I have Michael Carter or A.J. Dillon. Michael Carter or A.J. Dillon?
I'm going Dillon all day. I do like both duos. I like both duos to do well this week. I like Dillon a lot. Is the answer to that.
I'm going Michael Carter. Okay,
what the hell?
I just wanted to say I'm creating content, all right? I have a bit of conundrum here, and this is a real one. My wide receivers are Michael Pittman, who is out, so I need another guy here. I have Michael Thomas or Adam Thielen. I also have an option of Allen Robinson, who you wish would die in a fire, or Deontay Johnson.
What was the last one?
Deontay Johnson.
You have Deontay also?
Yeah.
So I go and who was the first one you said in lieu of
Michael Thomas versus the Bucks?
Yeah, Michael
Adam
Thomas.
Thielen versus the Eagles, or Deontay Johnson.
And you only need
Or
one?
Allen Robinson, who you wouldn't save if he was drowning.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can drop him. No, I'm just kidding. Don't drop him, folks. Give it a week.
Give it several weeks.
Well, we'll see. But he's not in this situation for me in this one. And how many do you need? Just one?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I need 2 out of the 3. Michael Thomas, Adam Thielen, Deontay Johnson for the 4th time. I made that up if it was the 3rd time.
Thielen and the Eagles. I almost feel like really trying hard to get Thielen in there, in which case I would go Deontay and Thielen.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Michael Thomas was so good.
It seems like it should be Deontay and Michael Thomas. But Eagles gave up a ton to the Lions last week, and out of those was Chark and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're clear number one, if you ask me.
See, I'm really torn. And here's the thing: is that I could bench James Conner for Deontay Johnson, because right now I have Michael Thomas and Adam Thielen starting, and I have James Conner in my flex, which I think is just kind of a slam dunk against the Raiders. I want another roster spot, damn it! I want to start Deontay Johnson as well.
Maybe we're both in agreement. Thielen has to be in there, and it's down to Deontay and Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas against the Bucks.
Dallas last week, but whatever that's worth.
Yeah, when did Dak actually get hurt? I was so drunk by the time that game's after the first quarter. I was so drunk I did not see it.
I think it might have been the 4th quarter.
So
yeah, no,
they
he played poorly. Oh yeah, he played real bad. Yeah, real bad.
Oh, so that team went through the vast majority of that game.
At least the first half. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Hot garbage.
Maybe I'm misremembering the whole thing. But either way,
did you watch the game?
It was a blur. No, I think I might have actually turned it off at some point. It was so bad. But anyway, Steelers are versus the Patriots. So that's Deontay versus Patriots. I don't know, and it's at Pittsburgh. God, close. It's close, man. I'm getting Thielen in there, and I'm going Deontay over Michael Thomas. Strictly preference. Strictly kind of. I like his voluminous game. I like his.
Well, thanks for not making my
right. I did. I mean, I took a stance. I still said Deontay and Thielen.
I'm not. Yeah.
You're not going to take Thomas out for Thielen for Deontay, and that's you. I get it.
It's one of those flip a coin situations. I'm like, I want to flip a coin. I want to make a decision. Damn it!
Right. That's what I'm trying to make sure you understand. Is that it is very close for me, but I am going to. Because I'm kind of a Deontay guy, I'm going to go Deontay over Michael Thomas.
Hold on a second.
And we both like.
To make matters worse, with just under 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, exited the game with apparent cancer. So they went through 7/8 of that game with Dak Prescott in. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's why everybody's all up in arms.
Oh.
I mean, we could see a coaching change.
I was as drunk as a skunk by the time that game started.
Far be it from me to be a Mike McCarthy guy, but as unfair as it sounds, we could see a coaching change before Dak gets back. I don't know, man. It's just like burn down the streets type of overreaction, I would say. But at the same time, I get it.
Do you want to see a coaching change? Who would be their coach then?
It'd probably be the defensive coordinator, Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Yeah, and I don't know, because by no means are Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy a package deal.
I was trying to remember the offense.
Yeah, but being that McCarthy's an offensive guy and Moore is the play caller,
I think that they might get rid of Kellen Moore first, because after.
Let's put it this way: McCarthy will probably get rid of Kellen if it keeps up this bad. McCarthy will fire Moore, or he'll just straight up take the play calling away from him, which will make Moore want to leave in the offseason, clearly. And he'll try and save his job. So
yeah, we talked about this. We talked about this last year at some point.
Maybe it's time for a philosophy change. Maybe it's time to run the ball more and play defense. Stop paying.
I don't think there's a personnel for that, but yeah.
Well, and that's a lot of the pitchforks are out because of mismanagement, both in depth of offensive line, wide receiver, and quarterback. And
offensive line depth is
construction of roster
super hard to come by,
and they're cheap. They're cheap. People think of us as still signing Deion Sanders and stuff. It's like, what decade are you living in? They're so cheap in free agency. They don't seize the window. And I used to defend them there, but at the same time, with the depth we've shown this season, And knowing full well what's going to happen if your quarterback goes down, and not paying up a couple bucks for a Colt McCoy or I don't know, an Andy Dalton or a Jimmy Garoppolo or a...
Yeah, they should have kept Andy Dalton around or something,
Yeah.
like.
Now, I hope I'm dead wrong. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning. Yeah, I hope I'm dead wrong. I have, obviously, there's some dynasty pieces I kind of have to play CD, but in other cases, I'm avoiding where I can. I hope Zeke is still a good play because of, like I said, maybe they have to commit to the run and play defense, and that's how they win football games. But how long will Zeke stay healthy doing that? I don't know. We got a question in the audience here.
Cam Akers this week, over who? Because otherwise, no.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't realize you didn't include the rest of that question there, Brandon. Let us know. Start Cam Akers this week question versus who else you got on your roster in that slot, sir.
Yeah, I know they played the Bills last week, which was that the Rams, that is, played the Bills last week. Cam Akers, he only got 3 touches. But the lack of usage is what kind of scares me more than what he did this week. But, yeah, I mean, I was avoiding Cam Akers like the plague. Nothing against you, Brandon, but that was just me in drafts.
Yeah, let's be clear about that. We're both out on Cam Akers as far as, like, we like Henderson.
Oh, versus Zeke.
Ah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm going Zeke.
I really don't like this question at all.
Yeah. Can we get
Stream over.
Can we get a new one, please? No. I don't think it's all that close, to be honest, but I don't blame Josh for his reaction. It's kind of a crappy spot to be in right now, but yeah, it's Zeke for me, man. Zeke all the way, Mr.
Yeah, because they're gonna. Who are the Cowboys? Oh, they're playing the Bengals. Yeah, I'm going Zeke because they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to run, man. They're gonna have to run.
They're gonna try and get that run game going early and often. And
this is
I mean,
week 2, not week
okay.
12,
So here's a hypothetical. Same question. Only take Zeke out and put Tony Pollard in. Would you do Tony Pollard over Cam?
Yeah. I hope nobody has to make that decision. That's how I feel about you. Kind of felt about the Zeke one. I'm sitting Pollard where I can, but
okay.
I just don't think Akers has got anything, man. I don't know why he's out there. Maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm sticking to my guns on that one.
When you look at Cam Akers and what he's done after coming back from his Achilles injury versus James Robinson last week, and what he did after coming back from his Achilles injury,
then you're holding out hope that
you look at the two of them and you're like, I don't think this James Robinson fella actually injured his Achilles.
Yeah, right.
You know,
yep.
Like he looked pretty good.
I just needed some time off, Coach.
I'm eating some. Yeah, he's like, I had some personal stuff, so I just said it toward my Achilles.
Yeah,
he was dealing with some drug problems. You know, he was hooked on crack and smack at the same time. Yep. So he needed a year off to sober himself up, and now he's back with a vengeance. That's my story, because that dude didn't look like he had tore his Achilles.
Yeah, and I think it was earlier the week show, the Thursday show, the Friday show. Didn't we toss out the name Marlon Mack? Because he's
Didn't the 49ers sign him to the practice squad?
Yeah, Niners. Yeah, so he's an Achilles injury guy.
Yep. I mean, he couldn't even beat out a 33-year-old Rex Burkhead and rookie Dameon Pierce.
And then dropped from the practice squad, and then subsequently picked up, as we just said, Niners. So maybe if he ends up getting time, see how he does in relation to an Achilles injured person. But yeah, maybe it's just a coin flip, man. Obviously we're no doctors, but I don't want to touch Cam Akers with a 9-foot pole. I don't want him on any of my rosters. I'm all about Henderson in LA.
I don't think Henderson's the bee's knees, but I think he's better than Cam Akers is right now.
I think Henderson on that offense is pretty decent.
Okay, he says Mike Gesicki versus the Ravens, start or sit. If I have better options, I'm sitting, just because I liked Mike Gesicki coming out of Penn State, going to the Dolphins. I think he was there with.
I think Waddle's going to get his, so that's what worries me about Gesicki.
Yeah, that's what I was getting. That's what I was getting to. I was just like, the addition of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, I think Mike Gesicki is an afterthought. Great, tight end prospect coming out of college. He's a great athlete. Just the Dolphins
And maybe still a
never.
fine streaming tight end. But again, if we're talking about streaming tight end, I think we got better options this week.
I mean, Chris likes. You are on Tyler Higbee this week. I like Tyler Conklin. If you are stuck with Gesicki, yeah.
Here's my other tout from this Thursday show. Got it right here. One moment.
I think it was the same guy that I had.
It wasn't Higbee though, not for me. It was Gerald Everett again. I doubled down on him.
Oh yeah,
Hayden Hurst and
Gerald Everett. But Gerald Everett has already played.
Kylan Granson. I'm probably still starting Gesicki over Granson, but
oh yeah,
with both the rookie Pierce and Michael Pittman out, I do want to keep an eye on Granson this week and maybe add him if you can. But no, I'm starting all those other guys over Gesicki. Sure, I'll take Gesicki over Granson, I guess. But there you have it for some tight end streamers.
Yeah, I would take Gesicki over Granson as well. But
Granson,
I mean, like if you were if you were playing daily fantasy, Granson's got to be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I just think Chase Edmonds and Waddle are going to get theirs, and there's not a whole lot left over for Gesicki. And there were reports as such in the offseason leading about his involvement. And they tried to trade him. They tried to trade him too.
Brandon, is this like a dynasty question then? Like, is there any other tight end? Say because any other.
Right. Let us know. He said thumbs up. He got the answer he wanted.
Yeah. That the second they got Tyreek Hill, I was like, well, there goes Mike Gesicki. Like anyone else on that Dolphins roster outside of an injury to either one of those just kind of faded. I'm sure. Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you're filling in.
So he's probably got another tight end.
Yeah.
Flex.
With that news of Julio not playing today,
that's all he's got. Yeah, those are bench players.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad start. It's just I would prefer to go elsewhere if I could.
Let's see.
Let's swing back around with some news updates. How about that?
Yeah, by all means. Like Gesicki, Zeke, or Cam. I think. Okay, yeah. The long and short of it was Gesicki, Zeke, or Cam Akers in lieu of Julio Jones. That's what he's getting at. Yeah, Zeke, all the way. As we already touched on, Darren Waller's my star. Yep. We're picking up what you're putting down now.
I like Waller to have a better game this week too.
Yeah, and then that flex spot, definitely Zeke over those other options. Gesicki, Cam Akers. Yeah, they're gonna have to run the ball, and it's week 2 for Zeke and his, a lot of miles on the tires, running back body. It's not week 12. If it was a week 12, maybe I'd be concerned about Zeke wearing down. I think Zeke's going to be, he's going to get the work. At least you can say that. You can't say the same about Akers and Gesicki. What they'll do with the work, Akers is.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing is Alvin Kamara is definitely out today.
Mm-hmm.
Julio is not looking good to play. That's kind of about it. It's the only. Oh, Kadarius Toney is going to play today, but most people are not in the position where they need to start Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
And outside of like really big leagues, like your 16 team, 14, 16 team leagues, or perhaps this one league where it's more or less a 5 wide receiver league. But
well, I saw Swift trending. I thought it might have been the running back.
Oh.
Apparently, it's the pop star. Be clear.
is that a bad joke that you just made?
No, it's for real. I actually thought it might be DeAndre Swift. Yeah.
That.
Sometimes you'll see something in what's happening over here that's related.
That's a very good point here, Chris. Of all because I think we started with me talking about how bad the local games are this week for myself living in BFE, Iowa.
14 minutes ago, Julio Jones officially inactive.
why is the Lions game not on this week? Like the Lions, they're closer
Hey, I
than
want to I want to
the
see St.
stupid
Brown.
Steelers.
I want to see St. Brown all day.
I want to see DJ Chark. I want to see
Yep.
DeAndre Swift. I want to see. I mean,
What games do I
DeAndre
have
Swift
on?
is active. That is something worth mentioning. DeAndre Swift is
Okay.
active this week.
And you caught the Julio Jones comment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to
Julio Jones is
undercut
out.
you or
Julio
whatever.
Jones is out officially now.
Mm-hmm. DeAndre Swift is going to play this week, but he has an ankle sprain. It says it's not high, but I don't know. If I can, I'm starting Jamal Williams. That's a pretty good pickup this week if he's available in your league. If you need a running back to start, say you got J.K. Dobbins out,
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara at the last minute, check and see if Jamal Williams is there because DeAndre Swift is hurt.
Oh, hey.
And they both did well against the Eagles last week, and they are playing the Washington Commanders this week, who gave up some decent plays to the aforementioned James Robinson and Travis Etienne. Tyler Etienne. What's his name again? It's Travis, right?
Travis. Yes. Why are you confusing me so?
Well, I can't. I was like, no, that's the quarterback's name. What's his name again?
Good morning, ZC. No question. You got any lineup questions? But he has a little bit to say there about his one of his hopefully #1 producers in Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. What was really bad last week with Dalvin Cook is that they were like, first and goal to go sort of thing, and they didn't run the ball with Dalvin Cook. They threw it instead.
First and
that
goal.
was, yeah, like, oh, it was goal to go. I don't remember if it was first or.
Yeah, but it wasn't like 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line or anything. It was in the red zone.
And then we got a. No, it was definitely a goal to go sort of situation, and they didn't run it with Dalvin Cook. Anyways, start sit, Stafford or Murray. Wow.
Najee or okay. I believe that's just one running back. Let me finish up the quarterback first. Stafford or Murray. Falcons for Stafford.
And Raiders for Murray.
Jeez. I feel like Rams probably have healthier weapons, even though Van Jefferson is out.
That's what I'm going with. I'm going with Stafford because of healthier weapons.
And they're at home, I guess. I'll throw in that. They're at home.
Yeah, and
both bad defenses though.
Yeah, I could see James Conner kind of taking over this game too for the Cardinals as well.
Hey, Edmonds or Robinson. You just
Najee Harris
a little bit. And Robinson is Colts. Edmonds we just talked about is Raiders.
No, Edmonds
Najee is supposed to be the better player. I'm worried Najee gets pulled in terms of they perform well versus the Patriots and get ahead. I mean, I'm not talking like 3 scores or anything, but I think they might be able to rest him in the latter parts of the game and lean on my second week in a row tout there, Jaylen Warren, a little bit. So I'm actually going to go a little out of the box and go Edmonds. I really like his matchup. Wait. I was putting Edmonds on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Edmonds is the Ravens.
Yeah.
Fine. Najee then. They said he's healthy. Najee. My fault. I got caught up in the Cardinals-Ravens matchup. Raiders matchup.
I'm going talent and Najee Harris over Chase Edmonds, even though I think Edmonds has a better matchup.
Agreed. Could have said it about myself, except I didn't. I said a bunch of crap about Edmonds being on the Cardinals. Whoops.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, he's got the Raiders this week. I'm like, wrong.
Too much coffee, I guess. Fournette active, yes, sir.
Too much something else.
Yes, sir.
That's a crack pipe, by the way. I don't really know what they look like.
To ZC's comment here. Tune in, folks. 10 a.m. We're live with your up-to-the-minute injury updates. Let us know if it should be more like.
And he's happy that Fournette's active this week. That is.
Yeah, I was saying we've already touched on that in the show. Let us know if 30 minutes later or 10:30 or 11 works better.
All right, here's a asking for a friend, Chris. Chase Edmonds or Leonard Fournette?
Bucks and Saints. Talked about. Fournette was a little banged up this week. Fine though, he's cleared. I think I'm going Edmonds. I don't have a whole lot to blame
That's
it
what
on.
that's what I have.
I just
right
don't feel
now.
good about running against the Saints defense, even though it's not 2021.
Exactly. That's exactly like, even despite the questionable tag, like, I was just like, the Saints run D is really, really good. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go bet. I'm gonna play matchup. This is on Dynasty, obviously. If you didn't get that, but to you,
Yeah, right.
I figured you figured that out. But I mean, this is in Dynasty, so here's an asking for a friend.
I don't know why I do that. It's just fun.
I don't know either. Kirk Cousins or Joe Burrow this week? Cousins against the Eagles, Burrow against the Steelers.
I think I'm going Cousins. It's not.
Really?
It's not Cowboy fandom either. It's. I just think Cousins is red hot right now. I think the Eagles gave
What
up.
does that have to do with the Cowboys?
Burrow. Cousins,
oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Make
no,
sure
I got the matchup wrong. Sorry.
Cool,
I'm like,
good.
man, why are you circling back around to the Cowboys? Always with the Cowboys with you.
I knew those two matchups right off my right off my dome. So yeah, again, I just more belief in Cowboys defense is the short answer.
Okay.
Plus, Cousins is hot, man. He and the Eagles gave up quite a bit to the
Chris
Lions.
is sexually attracted to Kirk Cousins.
He shows me he can go back to the Kirk Cousins of old. He's always been darn good. Let's be clear. I'm just saying he's red hot coming into week 2. The Eagles just gave up a ton to Jared Goff, Chark, St. Brown, and the Lions that I'm going with.
All right, I'm switching it.
Cousins.
You convinced me. I mean, my friend.
I think Burrow's a better quarterback, and I think we'll probably finish the season better. But I mean, you have the luxury to choose this week, I suppose.
I don't know. Cousins has been.
The thing I worry about with Dallas,
did he play at Michigan State?
Cousins, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Huh.
Thing with Dallas is if the morale of the Dallas defense is in the freaking toilet, and it'd be hard to blame them.
What are you in the locker room? What the hell?
Hey, why?
You're like, well, you're like having this like look behind the curtain, and be like, the Dallas' defense morale is really low right now.
Sorry,
blah, blah, blah.
I was just on that last thing about the matchup about the two quarterbacks. I was just going to say that the defense could be bad because the offense is just hopeless.
Could be the other way around. The defense
but I
steps
feel
up.
different.
This
I feel
defense
different.
steps up because they know they have to.
That's what I'm hoping, but we're not. I'm not here to.
I'm not counting.
I'm not here
at all,
to talk
but-
about this. I'm not here to give you my rosy outlook on the season. In fact, I think quite the opposite. I'm just saying that's the only shot they have for 7 weeks or whatever it is till Dak gets back, and then even then,
I think. What happened with his hand?
he broke it. He came down on a. I think they said he hit it twice.
Yeah,
I
this
assume
is
it was
the article I'm reading right here.
on the same play. So the second one was what broke the thumb. So it broke. They got to put pins and stuff in it to reinforce it so they can bring him back and play a football season on it. I mean, it's a throwing hand, man. You can't grip a football with a broken thumb. Although Brett Favre might.
You
tell
act like the
different.
thumb is so important, like
Yeah, right.
it makes us primates or something.
Right. Able to spin a football.
Get back.
Able to grip and spin a football. All right. Well,
I bet it could. I can't throw a football even with my thumb, so maybe I'm better off without it.
let's sever it.
Let's remove my thumb and see how well I can throw a football.
Eek.
That'll be the next Sunday stream. We will remove my thumb live. We'll throw me showing a football before we cut my thumb off, and then we're gonna cut my thumb off, and then we're gonna watch me throw the football afterwards.
Whoa. Did we say Fournette was out?
No, we said he was in.
Apparently he's in. Out. I'm sorry. 27 minutes ago, we did confirm Julio was out. So Julio, Godwin, Kamara, Evans is out, and Gage, are all
Evans?
active. This is such a confusing post.
What are you looking at? I just don't think you know how to read.
Fournette's in. Fournette's in. No, it's just it's a different sentence. It's easy to glance at it and be like, oh, there's a lot of guys out. Ingram's active. Fournette's active. Gage is active. Evans is active. Rashad Perriman is active for whatever it's worth. Tristan Wirfs is active. But Julio Jones and Godwin are out, and so is Kamara is out.
Man, now I kind of want to. I want to. What?
Wirfs is in.
Now I kind of want to start Fournette.
Who was the guy you asked me about versus Fournette?
Chase Edmonds versus Fournette. And Tristan Wirfs is playing too.
Versus. Versus the
decisions.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I'm not overthinking. I'm overthinking.
Yeah, with Evans.
I think I'm rolling with Thielen over.
You said Kadarius Toney was in. I'm just scrolling down the list real quick before we get out of here.
This just seems weird and wrong that Deontay Johnson and Michael Thomas and Jesus.
All right, well I gotta wrap it up. So we have
gotta go?
Yeah, just under an hour. Well, yeah, I mean I'm got kids to look after. I have no wife in town, if you recall.
Oh, that's right. I'm not gonna say that.
And I get mow the lawn. I'm gonna miss the Cowboys game because it's on CBS and I can't get it on my antenna to save my life. And I just at this point I think I've used my free YouTube subscription and I don't want to pay for anything else right now. So I'll just watch it on the back end. It'll be available on NFL Plus shortly thereafter, and I watch the noon game then. Yeah, I think there was I can't remember which one's on. It's not important. Sorry to bore you folks, but I appreciate the questions and the participation. It's really exactly what we're looking for. Let us know if you like the format. Let us know if you like the time. Although there's only so much we can do about that. But we like it to be a kickoff show per se, get your lineup set show, have some coffee and some laughs.
I am jacked up on coffee right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm chugging it, man. I'm not gonna stop either. You can't make me stop.
Your daughters are gonna be like, "Why is Dad talking so fast?" It'd be like,
"Give it a minute." Let's go, faster. You know me, I talk fast anyway.
And then like 2 hours later, you're gonna be like, "It's nap time."
Yeah. Let me know if I talk too fast on the show because I do that even without a bunch of coffee.
Because he smokes rocks.
Yeah, right. No, that's really the reason why people are like, I don't really hear an accent because Texans typically talk a little slower. You know, they bring it down half speed or something. Or not half speed, but a notch or two. And I don't do that. So even though I'm from Texas.
It's not that you talk fast, it's that you just talk a lot.
Well, and to squeeze it all in, you gotta.
You're a very verbose person.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying what you are. Right?
Got a lot to say, always, of course. But other than that,
it's annoying at times.
What do we have? We have tune into every. So what are we at now? We're every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time here in the States for our the big show, the meat of the week. Although it's about the same time lately. Both have been an hour. And we give you some guys we like at the important positions, running back and receiver, the flex positions, both kind of guys on the high end, guys on the flex worthy end, waiver pickup end. Then we move on to our stream segment where we've got a couple of tight ends and a couple of quarterbacks to throw at you there for stream options that we think are super important during the season. I don't know. We get to questions after that. Show up for that if you want some questions answered.
And then we have some stuff afterwards too.
Yeah, and then usually
we like end the recording for the podcast, and then we do a little bit extra stuff.
We do some questions. Yeah, show up for the questions, and also we'll change up the segment occasionally, if not weekly, to fit into that segment of the show.
Yeah, just some, like is kind of how the season goes along. Like at some point, like bye week start in week 6, so probably about like week 4 or 5, we'll do a pick guys up now, like start thinking
Oh,
about
yeah, very good
bye
point. Yeah,
weeks and everything, you
yeah.
know.
So that's what that portion of the
Because
show
I'm
is
not
for.
worried. I'm not worried about bye weeks just yet. But here in like week 4 is when I start looking at my bye weeks, see who's out, and week 6 if I have anyone on any of my teams, and then I start making plans for that.
To be clear, show up for the stream for that segment. That's in the stream. Check out the main show on YouTube. Check out the main show on our podcast, everywhere you can find podcasts.
Except for Amazon Music, because they can go do something with themselves.
There you go.
I could not get it to work, and I really don't care that much for Amazon Music. But
check out the Discord link in the description below. Both Twitter links in the description below. At Josh AFFB, at AFFB Chris.
That is you.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's all I've got. What about you, Josh?
I would like to plug everything that you just plugged, but only again.
Oh.
Just so it would stick in everyone's head. I have nothing right now, as you can tell. I'm just treading water.
Okay. Until then, folks, check us out on Thursday nights and Sunday mornings. We have an amazing fantasy football. Have an amazing fantasy week.
Good luck, everyone.